Hey, welcome back. You're continuing to listen to the weekend edition of the Cortland Economics Report. I'm Al Cortland. Appreciate you joining me. We are originating this segment, as we are all the other segments, from the Cambridge House California Investment Conference down here in Indian Wells, California. Great conference, but I'm not going to dwell on that anymore. We're just having a good time. It's a relaxed atmosphere, and Big Al is certainly learning a lot. Chatting right now with the Copester, Gary Cope, old friend of mine, and Ben Whiting, another friend of mine who's not quite as old, if I'm not mistaken. We're going to talk a little bit about what's going on with Orex, and we're going to talk about what's going on with Orex, of a company, by the way, of which I am a shareholder, full disclosure, what they're doing over in Sweden right now. You guys picked up the Swedish property, if I'm not mistaken, about a year ago.
Yes, we picked up a project called Barsele in northern Sweden. And right now our field geologists are doing a winter drilling program. While we're enjoying Palm Springs and the beautiful sunshine, there's snow on the ground in the project in Sweden.
There's very possibly snow on the ground in my front yard, which is about 45 minutes from your house right now. We can't relate to snow down here, which is kind of fortunate, at least for the next couple of days. But give us kind of a rundown, if you would, Ben, on what's happening over there.
Well, we have a deposit as it currently stands and over 400 drill holes on Barsele. What we're doing now is expanding upon the drilling that we have there. And the drill rig is intersecting the central zone of Barsele for deeper holes and some infill drilling at the main part of our deposit. As the project advances, we'll be going to new targets as well.
What is going on in terms of plans for the rest of 2012 over there? I would have to assume it's probably continued drilling, right?
It's true. What Gary would like to do is add more drill rigs, so we'll have to train and acquire and train more geologists to meet the technical needs of the project. It will also involve some additional financing later in the year that will help to pay for the diamond drilling.
Okay. Now, Gary, you and I chatted about what was going on in Sweden last January when we were down here for your wedding, as a matter of fact. We were talking about that. And you were very, very optimistic. I wasn't, only because I really don't know very much, if anything, about mining in the Scandinavian countries. You opened my eyes. That's a pretty good place to be.
Well, I think so, Al. In looking at the world, it certainly is in my eyes, one of the most favorable places to be right now, as there seems to be more and more problems in more and more countries around the world. Sweden is as safe, I think, as it gets, and in my opinion, very underexplored. Our first foray over there really opened our eyes as to the potential of Sweden, and also Finland, Norway, and all of Scandinavia for that matter. So very pleased to be in Sweden. All of our experience so far with the people, the government, the facilitators, everything has been positive.
What is the environment like over there? And I'm not sure which one of you are better suited to answer this, but how much support or lack of support is there for offshore mining companies like Orex? I'm assuming the government is. You wouldn't be there if there was any problem, but I'd like you to elaborate if you would.
Yeah, it was about 18 years ago. There were some changes to the legislation in Sweden that started to open the doors for external companies to come in and invest and gain access to the mineral properties. The database of the government survey, the Geological Survey of Sweden, is exceptionally good. Good quality database. There's good mapping from a regional viewpoint. So when you're setting your targets or setting your ideas of where you want to explore, it's a good starting point. So,
capital. Get your words here right, Cortland. How is the company fixed for capital? You mentioned, Ben, that down the road you're going to be doing a financing to pay for additional drilling. That's probably beneficial, additional drilling, because you wouldn't be doing it if you didn't think you'd get some pretty positive results. But where does the company stand right now? You okay for the next 6 months or thereabouts?
We would be okay for the next 6 months. We've got about $3.5 million in the till now, having just completed a $2 million private placement with Fresnillo at 80 cents, which, by the way, was a premium to the market. which is kind of unusual these days. But Fresnillo was very happy to do that.
Not much of a premium, though. Your stock is trading around 75 or thereabouts right now.
It was 65, though, when we did it.
Okay.
It is about 75 now. As far as future financing, I think you can see us doing a fairly sizable financing here in the next 2 to 4 months, 10 to 15 million. We really want to ramp up Sweden. We're very positive on Sweden. We've got numerous targets, lots of drilling to do, so it's very easy to spend money on drilling on our property.
Well, you can spend money on drilling any place, yeah, but I would have to come to the conclusion that you're doing that because you've gotten some pretty good results so far. Specifically, what kind of results, Ben, are we looking at?
Well, that's something that you'll hear in about a week or two. The data is starting to land on my desk. We're doing the interpretation of the data from the first 2 drill holes. The assays are coming in. We see the photographs of the drill core and the drill logs and the descriptions of what people are seeing, the geologists are seeing in the rocks. The assays tell the true story. And you'll have to wait about a week or two before you get the news on that.
Okay, I'm definitely going to be waiting for that with bated breath, for lack of better terms. Also, we will post that news release on our homepage, so as soon as it comes out, you'll be able to get hold of it. It sounds like it's going to be a very, very busy year. You guys have both been in the business a long time. You've worked all around the world. My comfort level, having learned about mining in the Scandinavian countries, has really, really increased given some of the turmoil that's going on in other parts of the world right now. And, I have to say I think it was a good decision on both of your parts. So in terms of what investors can expect to see and learn about over the next, let's use a 3-year horizon, what's going to happen?
Well, a lot of drill results, continuous drill results. We plan on adding drills. That'll just increase the flow of results going out to the public. I think you'll see in the next 3 years we'll do a large bulk sample. One of the things that was done by the company that we bought it off of, they did a small bulk sample and got 5 grams per ton right off surface. That's a lot higher than the historical drill results at the same place. We want to do a bigger bulk sample to see if that holds true over a larger quantity. You'll see us do that. One of the things you'll see us do in the next 3 years is test some of the new targets that are geophysical targets that are both VMS type style mineralization and the gold mineralization. There's some large geophysical targets that need testing, and they could be a real pleasant surprise to the shareholders.
Company very well worth following, in my opinion. Is, again, interest of full disclosure, Big Al's a shareholder, number 1. Number 2, Orex is a sponsor of our website. Number 3, Gary and Ben and their wives are good friends of my wife and mine. So not investment advice, not arm's length. Sorry about that. Want more information? Click on the banner.